Alright, this was about Young Thug's jail cell was searched for contraband. I'm going to explain to you the difference between a state county jail search and a federal prison search when they search your cell for contraband. And I'm going to show you the video in a minute. But right now, I just want y'all to understand. I'll let everybody else get their thing off because I want to break down the intricacies of what's in this cell, why it's in this cell, what they're looking for, and so on and so on, so y'all understand. Alright, let's get this thing popping! Alright, like I said, we're going to break this video down. I said something new up in the joint because I'm elevating and trying to take it to the next level. I want to thank everybody that sent me a Cash App donation. Cash App is on the screen. You know, I've been buying, state-of-the-art stuff to give y'all the best of everything. You know what I mean? So now I'm going to show you the shakedown for contraband in Young Thug's cell down there where he at. Alright? Now, this is how they roll up. See, they got them down there, right? They got the cell open. They roll up in there. Look how little the cell is, right? You see how little that cell is? Without, look, he got 3 mattresses in here, because they give you them little thin mattresses so it be real hard on your back. I mean, hard on your back. So that's why he got the 3 mattresses. See the extra sheets because it's cold. They got them in the dungeon. That's how they treat gangsters. When you don't cooperate, you go to trial, they put you in the dungeon. Look at the books he got, right? Check out the books. Gone, what is that? The Gone with the Wind? Somebody tell me what it is. You got to see encyclopedias, newspapers. I just want y'all to understand what this is. I looped this video to play it over and over so y'all can see it and get a good idea. See, he reading, that's the main thing. That's his discovery right there from his case. And, see the newspapers, just all types of stuff going on that they do in there. So they go in there saying they looking for cell phones, contraband. Contraband could be anything. I'm going to break that down in a minute after y'all see the cell. Look at the little metal toilet. I was in a cell in Raybrook, right, where the floor was wet and it was 30 degrees. It was like 20 degrees below zero up there and it turned to ice. See how he got the pictures on the wall? Now, he could lay down and those pictures on the wall make him feel like the cell is so much bigger. See, those are the cards from his family, his mail, They ain't even really supposed to be going through it like that because it might be pictures of his children in there, that he don't want nobody to touch. I seen a lot of police get punished for that. Touching people's pictures and touching the Quran. Matter of fact, in 1996 in Lumpunk, an officer got bodied out there. You know what body mean. You know what I mean? Bang, bang, end up, rap. He got bodied out there because he kept shaking down this dude's cell and he was off one day. I'm going to tell that story another time. But anyway, they bodied the police because bottom line is he touched the Muslim brother's Quran and ain't nobody allowed to touch it. And, police touch the Quran when they know better than touch your Holy Quran, And, dude punished them. So that was one. You see that bin right there? That's all legal papers. You know what I mean? That's his legal papers. You know what I mean? The little crossword books he got in there because he really ain't supposed to have them. So he hiding them in between the crossword books. But being that they on camera, they not taking it. Because they tell you that you ain't supposed to have your legal stuff and they give you a certain amount of things. See all this extra stuff he got? Those are yellow legal pads that he been either taking his notes or he been writing his raps on, to make his time go by. So check it out. I'm going to get into how they shake down the feds in a minute. But I want you to really just see how they did it down here in Atlanta first. See, they putting the mattress back. In the feds, they would have took all that, left you with 1 mattress, 1 sheet. I'm going to break all that down in a minute. But that's how he got over, But they trying to act like they cool. See, that might be him standing up there because I see sneakers. And I'm going to speak on that in a minute. That's why I said I think that's him. And I hope that's him. because that's a big violation under, you know, penitentiary rules. And I know the rat bastard's gonna say, but Unique, he's not in the penitentiary, he's in the county jail. But still, he's a man and he need to be treated as such, regardless if you're in the penitentiary, county jail, camp, low, FCI, wherever he at, he need to be treated like a man, because you allow them to disrespect you, and if you go for anything, you know, then you already know what it is, you know. So you got to stand for something, you know, so you don't go for anything. But see how they tearing the cell up? That's what I want y'all to really see. And then I'm going to get into breaking down the video, and I might come back over here with my, you know, with my little Unique up over here. You know what I mean? To let you see. Nah, see, that's not even him. See, nah, that's not him. That's an officer. See, I'm going to break that down. See, this is back to the beginning of the video of them shaking it down, right? So I'm going to break it down while y'all look at this video. What goes on, so that y'all fully understand, is when they have a shakedown, right? The inmate is supposed to ask to be present, or ask to have, in the feds, it's a lieutenant. It's in the state, it's a sergeant. In the county jail, it's a sergeant, because they got officers, you know, sergeants and lieutenant in the state jail and the county jails, you know, majority of the places. So you rat bastards that want to jump out there and say something crazy, feel free to do that. They're county jail, state and feds. So now that's how they do that. So the officer, you know, you tell officer, I like a lieutenant here, you know. Or you just say, I like a white shirt present when you search. You do that because the white shirt will supervise the searching of, you know, the regular solid color shirt, meaning the regular correction officer, to make sure that he don't plant nothing, he don't take nothing, and he don't violate your cell. Because a lot of times when they search, they don't like to put it back, and the rules in the state, the feds, you know what I mean, and even the county jail, the police is supposed to put the things back the way they were. Like they search your underwear, they supposed to put them back. They don't just throw them around and make a mess in there. You know what I mean? We don't know that, you know, he might have been, you know, in there with his stuff out like that because he laying down in the cell, so he probably just stretched like, I'm not cleaning this joint up. He feel like reading a book, he reach over, grab a book. He feel like reading a law case, he reach in that bin right there, grab a law case. You know, he feel like he want to do a crossword puzzle. Don't forget he got the crossword puzzles hidden in the joint. They get ready to show it to you. So he pull out his little crossword puzzle and he start doing his crossword puzzle to pass time, because those walls seem to cave in with you. When you in that cell for 23 hours a day and they start talking about years, because this man been in there over a year, probably 2 years, going on 3 years now. But those walls seem to close in on you, you know, and it kind of forces you to deal with your demons. So, you know, I've seen a lot of people lose their mind because they couldn't deal with their demons. They got a crossword puzzle book. You know, his little joint to pass time, but he had to hide it. That's why it's in a brown envelope, because you ain't supposed to have it. If they didn't have the body cam, they would have took that. But they trying to act like they not really looking for nothing, because they didn't find no contraband, so they didn't want to take nothing petty, which normally they would take anything petty. You know, like they'd take the extra, you know, clothes, because you see, you got extra clothes under the bed, extra sheets, blankets, mattress, you know. In the state of the fed, they would have took all that out. You know what I mean? Police, especially, you know, you're a high profile prisoner, they're going to try and get on your nerves the best they can. And you're going to get a lot of police that's going to work with you and ain't really going to mess with your property when you come shake down like these, you know, good officers just did. But then you'll get this one a-hole that'll come in there and be like, oh, you're only allowed to have 2 brown shirts and 2 brown pants and 5 underwears and 5 t-shirts. You know, you got 6 underwear and 7 t-shirts. I'm going to take 1 and 2. You know, and they do petty stuff like that, you know. So, you know, that's how that go down. So they looking around in the joint, and that's why you ask for a lieutenant, you know, or white shirt as we call it, to be present. Like I said, in the county jail in the state, it drops down to, you know, sergeant and then the lieutenant, you know. Now, they get real petty, like I said, and take extra things. See all those clothes there? Oh, they would have took all that if he was in the feds. You know, they would have took all that. Said, nah, you can't have all that. Take that big bin and take it back to the thing. All them extra sheets and all that stuff he got on the floor, they would have took all that, you know. And then your pictures. What they do with your pictures, so you understand, is they come in there and they searching your cell, but a lot of times they really coming in and they look at your pictures to see how you was living on the street, because so many people go into prison and, like they said in the army when I was a kid, be all you can be in the army. So dudes go into the prison system and they trying to be all they could be. Now they trying to tell it like if they this big gangster, they was making all this unique money, Kevin Childs money, JR money, Booby Black from Miami money, C-Dog and Kaz money, from Lombard, from out there in the West Coast. But that's what they do. And like the newspaper, right? I'm going to get back to that because, I like to ride. I like to ride. Now, the newspapers is because the floor be colder, you might take the newspapers and put it on the floor. So when you stand up, you got a little trail of newspapers, going towards the toilet so you can walk on the newspapers to keep your feet warm. And then you might have another newspaper that you fold up, you put around your toilet seat so you sit out on the newspaper instead of that cold cement, toilet right there. Picture sitting on that cold cement toilet when you got to use the bathroom. You know what I mean? So that's why you take the newspaper, fold it around, or you might take your towel or even a t-shirt and fold it around. Whatever you could get to insulate, you know what I mean? Your ass from the metal joint. That's what they do. And, so that's how that goes. So you understand. But now, to get back to that, they get to lusting at our pictures. They come in here, they want to see how we living. They looking at our women, and don't forget, they thirst buckets. You know what I mean? So they don't even get a chance to be around the type of women that we get running the street. So now they see, your pictures and they going through it, and they might see a picture they like and they cuff it, and then they might go show it to their girl on the street and say, oh, this is my girl. She from another state. If you don't act right, I'm going to move her down here because I'm tired of what you doing. They do a whole lot of faking, man. You know what I mean? Picture police taking your picture and taking it home to show it to his girl, to tell his girl that, that's his other girl in another state, or girl that hit him up trying to get with him, and if she don't act right, she out of here. And he gonna grab the chick in the picture, and he don't even know her. It's the inmate's girl, And now you go in there, you looking through your stuff, and you see your picture missing. So now you take it to the next level. First you go right to the officer, because as soon as they search, you go right to them and ask them, yo, what's up? You know what I mean? Such and such was missing, this was missing. But in the feds, right, the way we do it, so you understand, in the feds, when they search the cell, not only do we ask for a white shirt, we want to be present. And we'll stand there while they searching, and we going to watch everything. So if they take something and put something that ain't supposed to be there, you let them know, like, hold up. No. You just put that there, man. Stop that, man. Give me a white shirt. So that's why you ask for a white shirt, because then it'll be your word against his word. If it's an a-hole, he gonna say, nah, I took it out of the cell. He lying, I didn't put it there. Then when you go to DHO, court line, whatever they call it in the state or the, wherever you at, I think it might even be an ombudsman. I know that's the counselors for you rat bastards. So long ago I was in the county jail. They had an ombudsman. It's like a counselor. But, they go to them and tell them that, yo, such and such is missing, I want my property back, and then, police gonna lie, say he ain't got it. Then, of course, that's when you make a big stink, and you let them know that I'm gonna tear this joint up if you don't get me my picture back. And they be like, what do you want? What do you want? You'd be like, man, I need 100 flat books of stamps, man, because each one of these $5. So you tell me I need 100 flat books of stamps, so you get your little 100 books of stamps and, for a picture that wasn't even missing, but you don't said it was missing, and they don't want you to tear it up because that whole joint would have been flooded, And it looked like he's really on a wing by himself if you look at that, because there ain't no other cells there. So it's probably him and one other person on that wing, because they playing it off and searching the 2 cells. But my thing is, how did they get this body cam footage out there while he's still going to trial? That seems like it might be an inside job. You know what I mean? Because only the officers got access to this footage. And how is this footage out already? I'm sure it's not in freedom of information as yet. So you can stop that. But that's how they do that, right? But now, what I want to do is, because I want to give you all a little visual. I've been on here a little 15 minutes here. So now I'm going to take it back, to the mainstream. And, let you see me, in my environment. I love these gold balls. That's why I threw this outfit on to go with it. But like I said, I've seen, COs disrespect dudes and take their girls' pictures, you know, rip up the picture, say that it's pornographic because they did something. It was called the Zimmerman bill in 1995. I got to tell you all about that Zimmerman bill too. Somebody put in the comments for me to tell you about that Zimmerman bill, about a dude that went in prison $110 and came out 240 solid, and what happened after that. Y'all want that story, put it in the comments. But they had the Zimmerman bill that said that we wasn't allowed to have porn out. No, they said it wasn't allowed. And this was how I got away to keep my what we call in the prison, my fiend books. But, you know, it's called porno magazine. How I got away with keeping my fiend books is, I told them that I'm under the grandfather clause, meaning I was locked up before that came into play, and I had those books before that. So being that I'm here, they stay here. But what they did is they made, because they didn't want to say that they didn't want to give us pornographic material, you know, like, you know, Playboy hustlers, you know, penthouse players, and, you know, blacktail and all that old good stuff, you know. So now they didn't want to get into telling us that we couldn't have it, so they put in that Zimmerman bill that officers wasn't allowed to handle pornographic material. You heard that keyword. Officers wasn't allowed to handle pornographic material. So that means that, you know, any pornographic material come through the mail, if it's a picture that they feel is showing a little too much cheeks, especially nowadays. I come home after 26 years from 1993 to 2020 and everybody got ass. You know what I mean? So half them pictures, if them girls wearing shorts too short, they gonna, or dress too tight, they gonna say it's pornographic, and they in the mailroom gonna send it back because they're not allowed to handle it. So if they look, soon as they see it, they put in an envelope, they send it back. But the kicker to that is, this how I got over on them. You always gotta find a way to manipulate the system. The way I got over on them is, I let them know straight up that, look, the bill says you're not allowed to handle pornographic material. That's why you don't let pornographic material in the mail. Is that right? They say, yeah, you already know that. Okay, so now my thing is, if you're not allowed to handle pornographic material, put my damn book back that you took out there about 5 penthouses and Buttman magazine or whatever magazines. You know what I mean? Rocco Stefano and them used to have the baddest girls all over, in Europe and all of that, you know. Look up Rocco Stefano, you want, you know, hardcore porn. But those magazines in the joint, you could sell one of those magazines that costs $10. You could sell them in a joint for $500, man, for one magazine. Because they wasn't letting any in unless, you know, you get the police to bring it in, or you come from another jail and you got it hidden in between your legal papers, like how Thug had the joint, the crossword puzzle hidden between the brown envelopes in there. So that's how you get it in, hoping you go through R&D. They too lazy to go through all the stuff, and they give you stuff so you hide it in with the, you know, legal material or whatever. So, you know, I tell them, you ain't allowed to handle the material, then you're not allowed to take my fiend magazines. You can't take my fiend magazines because the bill said you can't, you're not allowed to handle it. That's why you don't let the fiend in the jail. So that means you can't touch it to throw it away out the jail. You know? And sure enough, you know, I went to the warden, ran it down to the warden. The captain is who I went to first. I ran it down to the captain. I ran it down so good. He said, man, that's a good one, but, you know, I don't want to only be the one, you know, sharing in this laughter. So the captain said, man, I don't have a problem with it. Talk to the warden about it. You know, so now I had to go talk to the warden and tell him, you know, yo, they took my fiend magazines. The bill said they're not allowed to handle fiend magazines because, you know, that's why they don't let the fiend magazines in through the mail and the pictures and nothing like that, because it says pornographic. So the officer took my magazine, which he had no right to handle my magazine because he's forbidden from handling my magazine based on the Zimmerman bill. Man, the captain, the warden fell out laughing, man, and the captain over there, he watching me talk to him, and he see him laughing. Now the captain, he bent over, his gut wrenching, and he laughing his butt off. He like, oh, man. So now the captain walk over there, he said, man, you know, we got to let him get his magazine back because he gave us a good laugh, man. He said, man, I'll go home and tell my wife about this, but this dude is just the most creative dude. He said, we're not allowed to handle his magazines to take it because we're not allowed to handle his magazines to give it to him. He said, and the crazy part is, he's right. You know, so they gave me back my magazines. So that's how that go. But I've seen COs disrespect inmates so bad that, you know, Let me tell it to you like this. I'm going to ride. I'm going to ride. I'm going to tell it to you like this. You got dudes that will stab a dude and kill a dude over the most simplest thing in prison. I'm talking about, you know, if you're sitting down watching TV and somebody change the channel. I seen dudes get stabbed like that over nothing. You know what I mean? If you take the phone and you on the phone and you got to run to your cell to get a pen or a phone number to give to somebody or write a number down or something, and you leave the phone hanging and you run to go get a pen or your paper or whatever, and you come back and somebody's on the phone and you say, yo, excuse me, I was on the phone. They say, oh, my bad, let me tell my wife I'll call her back. I didn't know nobody was on the phone. Polite way to do it as a gentleman. But you got dudes be like, man, the phone was open, so I took the phone out. And now they stabbing them over the phone. Now, I seen this one. I couldn't even believe it. This was an old head. This was an old head that was a thorough gangster. I seen him play this one out. He in the joint, and they give each inmate a chair in their cell. So when you come out the cell to watch TV, you bring your chair, you sit down. When, you know, you're done, you bring your chair back in the cell, end of the night, or a 4 o'clock count, or 10 o'clock count on the weekend. So now they come out with the, you know, with the chair. So dude puts his chair right in front of the TV every day. And then he goes back in his cell and go do whatever. But he just holds that spot down because he wants to watch something at 8 o'clock at night. And he put his chair there from 6 o'clock in the morning. And if anybody sit in that chair, that man is ready to gut him for that. I seen dudes stab dudes for sitting in their government chair that the government gave them. But then I seen the government go in there and shake their cell down, step on their bed with muddy boots, and they got white sheets in there, and they reaching up in the vent, looking to see if anything in the vent while they standing on dudes, you know, floor, white sheets. Leave big old muddy footprint. Dude come in there and see it, he don't even get mad, you know. He might complain to his homie, but he fold the sheet up and he take it out. You know, first time police tried that with me, I told them straight up, man. I went in there, I took the old sheet, and I just opened that joint up, and you know, the mud was kind of drying, and it flew all over the cell, got him all in his face. He tried to get me for assault for a mud crumb hitting in his face. That's how petty he was. So I came and I flashed the sheet out, bam. You know what I mean? I said, man, y'all stepped on my sheet. I'm not sleeping on that tonight. Go get me another sheet. He looked at me like, who you talking to like that? Niggas in prison don't talk to no police like that. But, you know, no inmate don't talk like that, you know. But, you know, of course, they got other people they made that's boisterous, but it's not a lot because they know to stay away from them. But before they know you, they'll try you like with the footprint on the bed. So I said, man, you need to go get me a sheet. You know what I mean? And I'm talking to him like he's just another man now. I don't see no CO no more because once you disrespected me, you're not a CO. A CO is supposed to follow the rules and regulations for the safe and orderly running of the prison. You violate that, you get violated. Period. Because we violate that, we get violated. Whether it's being put in the shoe for sanction or stabbed from another inmate. So we know to respect each other. But now, police told me don't talk to him like that. I said, man, I'm not even going to make no threats. I'm just telling you, you need to go get me a sheet. You know what I mean? So they say, all right, step out the office. So when they do that, they got the little computers in there now. So they hit the computer up and they say, Unique. And they look at me like, whoa, this nigga was a nut. He don't have all these. Allegedly went to Eddie Yanks and made a machine gun bomb out of a fan and pool balls. And, you know, he got caught with 6 knives in the second. Whoa, he was selling drugs in every prison he was in. Whoa, you know what I mean? Now they come out and they say, oh, I just called the laundry. You could go pick up a new bedroll. After they look, see who you are, that you ain't playing no games with him, now you want to talk nice. Instead of just giving you a new sheet, he give you a whole bedroll, you know, with a blanket, 2 sheets, pillowcase. You know what I mean? If you're in a cool jail, you get pillows. You know what I mean? And new fresh towels, brand new. You know, they tell you, go get your bedroll. You know, because now he know you put that Bethlehem, as Blanky Pound said, right? So, you know, I say that to say that, you know, dudes would stab each other quicker than a mother, and the police would disrespect them even quicker, and they'll give them a pass. Not promote no violence, you know, we don't do, but I'm just letting y'all know how it works. You know what I mean? Now, when they come in there, they do petty stuff. Like I was saying, they take the extra socks, extra t-shirt, you know, extra toothbrush, extra toilet paper, you know, extra sheet, extra blanket, all that stuff Thug had in the cell. They would have been took all that from them. Bottom line, they would have took all that from them. But You know, that's how they do it. They even go in and they get petty. You're only allowed to get 5 books of stamp. You're only allowed to buy 5 books of stamp for the commissary. So I got about 8 books here. So they come in there, they take 3 books, give me back 5 and say, the rest is contraband. You're not allowed to have it. You know, and I'll be, all right, well, mail it home then. You know what I mean? So they be like, nah, well, if I mail it home, you got to pay for it. I said, no, you took it. You got to pay for it. You're calling it contraband. I'm not calling it contraband. You got a problem with it in the jail, so you send it where you need to send it or you throw it out. And if you throw it out, then I got every right to sit here and do what I got to do. All right? So that's how that works, just so you understand, right? So, you know, even extra sneakers, you're allowed to get 2 pairs of sneakers. That's what you allowed to have on your bed. But of course, you go on our sale, we fly, we got 7, 8 pairs of sneakers like it's BMWs in the parking lot. That's how we got our whips under the bed. You know, so they come in there and say, oh, you got 8 pairs of sneakers, and they want to take 6, and they going to ask if you want to donate it. Now, when they ask you if you want to donate it, what they do is they take that and they take the donation that you gave them, and they go give it to the rat bastards, you know, for giving them information. You know, so a rat might say, man, I need a new pair of sneakers, man. I know you just got some sneakers from out of B block. And, you know, they making wine and sell such and such in B block. You know what I mean? So now the police go grab the wine, lock up the person for making the wine. They come back, they call dude up there a little later and say, yo, here, put this in your jacket. Don't let nobody see it. You know, good looking on that information. These are the games they play. That's why it's good to have your own money so you can keep your circle small so nobody know what you're doing, whether you're making wine, selling weed, or whatever you're doing. That's why you keep your circle small so you ain't got to worry about being compromised by, of course, the rat bastards. All right? So now, that's how that works. I'm talking about they even take extra commissary. They'll tell you only allowed to have 2 cases of soda. You got 6. They might buy extra sodas. You expect to get locked down. Tell you only allowed to have 24 soups because that's what they say on the commissary. So now you got 60 soups. So we got to take, you know what I mean, 45 soups. You know what I mean, 35, 45. Y'all do the math, you rat bastards. You know what I mean? But that's where that at. So, you know, just to show you how petty they are, that they take extra anything. And then they get real nasty, right? Because remember I told you that they'll take your girl picture and take it home, act like it's their girl, because they think your girl's so bad they never get a chance to talk to nobody like that. They even show it to their homies and say, yeah, it's a girl that I met, da-da-da. And they'll even lie and say one of the inmates put me on, you know, one of his girls. Because I put a couple of blah-blah-blah, or a couple of blah-blah-blah, you know, chickens, and, you know, got me certain favors, you know, with them bringing me certain things that I wasn't supposed to have. But it's all a part of business. That's when I was younger. I got my life together. But, you know, you youngins don't want to go to jail to have to live like this, man. Like I said, they stepping on your bed. They doing all that crap. Oh, yeah. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And I'm going to be starting up a new YouTube channel at Unique Mecca Audio TV. I'm going to give it a new name when I make it when I decide to do that. But that's what they do with the commissary. Now, they go as far as throwing away your pictures, your phone book. You know what I mean? Throw out everything. So that's why they like to play the game when they come search your cell. They try and come when the doors are locked. So that give them justification to put the handcuffs on you to take you out so that you can't snuff them if you see them violate something. So they take you out, put you in the TV room, and you all in a glass of TV room trying to see what they're going to take out your cell. You know what I mean? So you come out there ready to go off. And, you know, because any other time if the jail's not on lockdown, you know, we'll stand right there over them while they searching and got a homie with us, to, you know, as our witness, you know what I mean, to the fuckery. You know what I mean? Just so you understand. So now, you know, we ask homies to watch our cells when we leave the unit. When we leave the unit or we go in the shower, we'll tell the homie, yo, watch my cell for me, I'm going in the shower. Or watch my cell for me, I'm getting ready, you know, go to the law library. So now while the homie there, the homie keep an eye on your cell, the same as you would do the same for him when he leave. So he'd watch the cell, and if the police come in the cell soon, dude come back and be like, yo, 5-0 was in your cell, son. You know what I mean? So now you go right to the police, you know what I mean? Say, yo, what's up? You was in my cell? Yeah, shake now. We can shake now. I just had one yesterday. Oh, so what was today? Oh, it was a random. I said, nah, yesterday was a random. 2 days is harassment. Stop it. You know what I mean? And, you know, we got to put them in check. But that's how that go, right? So they put us there, and the homies watch the cells, make sure that nobody take nothing. You know, dudes, you got crash dummies is what we call them. That'll go in there, sneak thief, and take something out the joint and all that. And then you got, a random. A random search is, you know, like they randomly pull over after every 5 cars, you know, they pull over the 6th one. You know what I mean? So in jail, you know, after every 14 days, you know, they come back to you to shake you down. Anything, you know, and that's called a random. They can do a random like every 2 weeks, and that's how that go, you know? Now, you get locked up, or your cellie get locked up. They take all your property, and they mix both of your stuff up, and both of y'all go to 2 different jails because y'all held it down, was fighting together, because that's what cellies do. So they mix all your property up. So when they mix your property up, you get over here to West Bubba up, and he over here in Jonestown. And when they get over there, now you see you got your man sneakers, you got his pictures over here, he got your radio over here, and everything's mixed up because they don't really care. They ain't gonna separate what's what because everything is just in a cell. 2 lockers, 2 beds. They ain't gonna stop to find out what's what. They just throw everything in the bag. That's why people try and keep themselves organized, but I had too much stuff to do that. You know what I mean? So they dog you properly from other inmates. Now, remember, subscribe. Been on here long enough, I got something to do. I just want to give you something for Friday. Make sure you check out that Boy George video. I dropped that yesterday. Y'all wanted the Boy George. I got the green light and I did the little Boy George doing. And, you know, I got a surprise for you. You're going to be calling in real soon. So you be able to, you know, hear the OG. But now, I've been on here long enough, man. Let me tap out.
Cheers, cheers, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
How was that, baby? Yo, I can't believe they broke that shit down to, what was it, public nuisance?
Fresh out the can of 26, deep back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Take front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block. Did his time, never squilling to the cops.
I got the shit set up so I can watch a video. I can turn on YouTube and watch YouTube with a.
Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a raw in Uptown. They be horn Uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend an ear. He started in Uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours. So we can give back to the youth them. Cause they the truth them. And bless up to all the root men.